fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The campaign is A Cold Fire Within. It was written by Christopher Smith Adair, and it's available from Chaosium and from Drive-Thru RPG. Our game master is Keith Craig, and this is episode 17. Our recap will be given by Jason Melanchok as his character, Wyatt Chambers. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Jason?
How you doing? So, the group traveled to the Nug-N-Yeb temple to find the instructions to perform the Black Pilgrimage of Nug-N-Yeb, a ritual that we believe would, for lack of a better term, teleport us to Yen and Ho. Once at the temple, we confirmed the gunfire we heard a few days ago was the temple under attack. Not only did they kill quite a few of the worshippers, but also destroyed the ancient text we needed. While searching the catacombs beneath the temple, we were attacked by some gooey, black, strange, weird-legged creatures with numerous teeth, some of which were left in Marsden's cheeks. They tried to latch over our faces in an attempt to suffocate us. It was tough, but we defeated them. Wounded and with no other choice, we took the survivors from the temple and ourselves back to Esmeralda's home. The group spent time tending to our wounds, eating and exploring the Esmeralda's place. We discovered maps to the other temple across the body of water, a vast body of water. We found that we must also cross lands of a cannibal tribe. Found an amphitheater with strange chairs and wiring that connected to them. Damiel's wheels are turning in his head after seeing, but not fully comprehending, Esmeralda's bath in fresh blood from one of the once survivors of the temple attack. After some rest and some food and some resupplying, we plan to set off across the water to the temple.
All right, excellent. So, heroes, you find yourself waking up the next day if you chose to go to sleep after that evening, waking up the next day to another glorious day in Kanyan.
Do we get hit points back?
You do. You recover 2 back for the night of rest.
I am finally
Luck
back
as
at
well.
full hit points.
Oh, man, bummer.
More to go.
All right. What would you like to do today?
Well, are we going to set out for the sea?
We are more or less fully recovered.
I quite like the idea of getting some more mead for another 24 hours.
But I have a concern, gentlemen. The other day, last night, I noticed that our host had some dried blood about her head, just behind her ears. And the look of it didn't look like a wound. I don't think it was hers.
When I was upstairs near the amphitheater, as I was coming back, I heard a noise. It sounded like a woman singing, quietly to herself. I thought maybe it was a bedroom, and I peeked through the keyhole just for a moment, and I saw her. She was bathing, but she was bathing in something red. I thought maybe the water was hot and it was just her skin, but now you say she had dried blood on her.
And has anybody seen our guests from the temple that we brought back with us?
Zephab and Zethab. What did Esmeralda say when she sent them off with one of her staff?
Have one prepared for a bath.
Oh, dear God.
I guess there's a difference between preparing for dinner and being prepared for dinner.
There was a, well, not even, there was a countess, I believe, named Elizabeth Bathory in history that believed that blood gave youth. She used to bleed. She used to bathe in her servant's girl's blood. How old is this? Is
Madam Ash. She certainly uses a lot of psychic energy as well.
She was known on the surface, though, because she was known to the Institute. So this must be, well, you'd hope, something fairly more recent.
It is consistent with her lack of interest in anyone without extra-normal abilities, however. To think that we saved them from the madness they experienced at the hands of the Brotherhood only to bring them here.
Well, what if we're mistaken? Maybe we're mistaken, but I've been waiting to find something bizarre about this woman, extremely bizarre and bloodthirsty, and that seems pretty bloodthirsty.
We don't just ask to see our friends, the survivors, and if they cannot be produced, then I think we'll have an answer.
But I wouldn't push it to demand to see him. We have, although it's a tragedy if she was killed, we need to defeat the greater evil.
We can hardly afford to alienate Ash here in her own domain. No.
Well, perhaps we should quietly prepare to get the hell out of here and then go unannounced.
We still got to come back through this way, though. And the last thing I'd particularly want to face is we potentially get our asses handed to us down at the center of the earth. We come back battered and broken, and then we've got one angry, crazy woman.
I mean, we just went around the corner to the temple and almost got ourselves chomped to bits and had to run back for help. So we're not going to
didn't try to stop us from doing that. So
I don't think it's worth mentioning to her directly. I think it's just something for us to keep in mind to ourselves when dealing.
Well, and if we were to see Zeph Ab wandering around this afternoon, wouldn't we be relieved and amused at our presumption?
Indeed.
I shan't hold my breath, however.
Now, Marston, if we are to stay here another day, should we go investigate that room I was telling you about with the curious battery? And
sadly, the location we want to view at a distance is not on the surface.
No, I'm talking about the amphitheater with the wires in this building.
Oh, yes. You suspected that might also be a dream transmission device? Is that right?
I don't know if it works with the dream world, but it's some sort of maybe astral projection type.
It kind of looks like it, yeah.
I think that's, I mean, she visited us on the surface, did she not?
She did, in a form, yes.
I think that's the device in there is what allowed her to do that, or has something to do with her being able to look at the Institute and its environs.
That might be something to put out of action when we come back up then, because that would solve the problems at the Institute.
Yes, she certainly doesn't seem inclined to leave people there alone at request. The other thing to keep in mind is that our foe has a fair lead on us, having gone through this temple after destroying it. And so any loitering we do behind is to their advantage, I fear.
Yeah.
Well, I think if we are to go on a pilgrimage, I think we should leave post haste. Get to Canterbury as soon as possible.
Yes, get maybe a hearty breakfast in us. Grant our thanks to our generous hostess. Inspect her nails for clots, and make our way ends.
Milton, do you still look a little roughed up, or?
A little bit, but I think I'd probably rather take my chances down there than take them up here.
It's been a full day. Maybe we could redress, change the bandages and redress and
All right. So you guys are while you're discussing that, were you got kind of in your sleeping quarters discussing that, or gathered?
Probably the whole way outside of where we've been placed.
Yeah.
Right outside Esmeralda's room.
Yeah.
Knocking very loudly. Hey guys!
Kind of speaking through the lock. Yeah.
You hear some footsteps coming, and you see Esmeralda coming down the hall, and she sees you. She seems well rested.
Oh, Esmeralda, you're looking as lovely as ever.
Thank you, Nathaniel. You're quite charming. She's like, did we sleep well?
Indeed.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh. She's like, so are you planning to try and cross the Sea of Still Waters?
That is our current intention. Yes.
Wow. Well, I will wish you luck. I have a appointment at the arena today. We have some trials that need to be watched. So, if you like, you're always invited. Of course, you'd be in the guests of honor.
Well, hopefully we will be back soon and be able to stay longer next time.
I would like that very much.
Now, Esmeralda, were we to be supplied with some water and traveling food?
If you feel you need some, yes, you can.
Water.
Oh, yes, that would be no issue at all. Assuming you have canteens or something to carry, then.
The four of them did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she's like, but it is time to break our fast. Will you join me?
Yes.
Yes, and we'd be quite honored, of course.
Okay. So she goes into the other room and the dining hall. And she, of course, takes her customary seat at the front. And you see there the group that's normally there and four of the worshipers that you rescued. There are 2 men and 2 women. You notice that they've got you sat at a higher position at the table than they are, since you're veterans compared to them.
Now, question: did we rescue 4, or was there 5?
There was 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, at some point while we were walking, I wanted to look at them and be like, "Look at what we're eating." Just.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Yeah. So you've got your typical fare. You got some leafy greens and a little eggs. Now, where they're getting their eggs from, who knows? But yeah. And of course, she's interested if you're making coffee, Marsden. She's interested in trying some.
Oh, yeah, of course, be my guest. I get the beans specially sent to me from Sumatra. Oh,
wow. It's wonderful. She sits back and she's like going, well, so as you press on up to the sea, what are your plans if the passages are not there?
You mean if there's no surviving vessel at the former port? Is that?
Oh no! If those men, the Lomarians, as you call them, have
destroyed the
text. Yeah.
We have reason to believe that it was extant last night. But if you have any suggestions about another possible passage to below, we'd be very curious to know about it.
Oh no, I do not. I was just wondering, if trying to see what your mettle is. You can really judge a person by how they react to disappointments.
Well, perseverance. Well, we need to find a way. If they get there, we have to get there. Or if they get waylaid on the way, all the better. But we we need to stop them from whatever they're going
We
to
have
do.
no choice.
Yes. I like your determination, Damiel. I hope my daughter has the same.
You have a daughter?
Not yet.
Future. I believe she has future intentions for children.
Yes. Great race to follow us up.
Is this vegetarian?
We could add some meat if you'd like it.
Well, no, I actually I don't eat meat on certain days.
Oh,
It's my religious belief.
I understand. Yeah, I'm not. I generally don't eat meat on arena days.
How often do you have contests at the arena?
Oh, usually every about 10 days. I found that changing the week to a 10-day cycle makes it much easier to keep track of. You know, the French tried to do that back in the Revolution. Didn't take, but I think they were onto something.
Human habits are hard to break, but here, where the efflorescence is a constant, it makes it easier to adjust these sorts of things. If you don't find it too personal a question, I'm curious about one of your accomplishments. Where were you born?
Oh, let me look that up. I was born in New York, Kingston.
Ah, Kingston, New York. Yes, not so very far from where we entered this domain.
Yes, I've often wondered about that. If maybe why my powers are so strong is that maybe my mother had a tryst with a canyon that came to the surface, and I inherited some of their abilities.
There might be something to the theory of ley lines as well, and the institute is near the entranceway. Maybe certain sorts of elements are drawn toward a nexus of one kind or another.
They might that could be. That would explain why the good Dr. Nesbitt, I believe is what you said his name was, decided to put his institute in such a remote location, and yet still would find people willing to come there that hold of an interest of mine. Were any of you possibly born near, as he has described it, ley lines?
Well, in point
I
of
have
fact,
no idea.
my family has spent many generations in Arkham, which is a somewhat notorious surface location.
Ah, maybe one day I'll visit there.
Do you like the seaside?
Oh yes, I do. If you didn't know, one of the gods of the people is believes that he rests at sea.
Yes, I understand your library is very impressive, although of course most of it inaccessible to me.
Oh, well, if with time you could learn to speak our language. Your friend Damio picked it up quite easily.
I'm not even sure
a man
how.
of talents.
Yes, he's a very cunning linguist. So, he's like, but if you are planning to press on, I must excuse myself. I have many important duties at the arena to welcome the opening ceremonies.
Yes, we wouldn't want to keep you from the arena.
She kind of nods and gets up and walks back out. If you remember when you first met her, she had like a little tunnel that she would take to get to the arena.
It's cowardly of us not to ask what goes on there, but I think for my own well-being, I prefer the coward's route in this regard.
Well, I mean, we had I believe the demonstration of the vanishing boxes was enough.
Quite.
She
I
did
saw
say
some of it
something
when I
about
looked in.
passing judgment on someone. Maybe criminals.
Whoever passes for criminal, I whatever it is, I want no part in it. And
I
Tom,
don't-
you should change your name.
I don't imagine that the legal system here is terribly well ordered or just. Kingston, New York was at one point the capital of the state of New York. It's been around since the 18th century at least, so she's not 1,000 years old. Or she made it up.
Well, she does kind of have the air of somebody from last century, don't you think? The way she wears her hair and the...
Well, I suppose maybe we should find Graham, who was so helpful to us the night before, and ask for assistance with the provisions. The water gathering shouldn't be difficult, but in terms of portable foodstuffs.
Are we planning on going back towards that insane woman's house and then going from there? Or are we just going to go across the plains where the cannibals live?
I'd advocate route number 1, please.
Okay.
And there was that gentleman who was a field medic. Maybe he could take one last look at Milton before we go, sanitize some of his wounds, or...
Sure.
I am not going to object to that.
Evan Bain was the one that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you do find Graham. He's quite busy getting some things packed up. It seems like he's packing up. You'd almost think he was packing up like for a picnic, but he's getting some provisions packed up and all. And he looks up when whoever walks in. He's like, oh, should I pack for you? Are you coming to the show?
Thank you. We would if we can take a share of some of those provisions, but we must immediately head out after our enemy. Madam Ash said that we were welcome to take portable food and water.
Oh, well, of course. We have plenty. He kind of motions toward what you would think as their pantry.
So yes, anything you could advise that keeps. We will be traveling. We don't know how long it will take us to cross the sea of still waters.
He goes, well, this meat here has been preserved. I've salted it quite well, and it should keep. I don't know if I would eat it without cooking it, but
we have some small provision for that.
And he supplies you with some food and water.
Yeah, good.
He gives you 2 days worth.
Graham, is there any standardized mechanism of telling time here? My watch is stopped, and so is my companion's, and it's not as though we have a church bell that rings. How do people organize activities?
Oh, well, we just, Esmeralda says that she is able to fall asleep and wake up at the same time. And so we just kind of base our day around her schedule.
Mm-hmm.
When she gets tired and goes to bed, we say, oh, it must be 10 o'clock, time to go to bed. And when she gets up, we figure it must be 7. We kind of joke that 8 to 9 is free time because that's when she's in her bath.
She bathes nightly for 2 hours.
Oh, just from 8 to 9.
Oh, 8 to 9.
Yeah.
Any light source? portable light sources?
I mean, we have brought lanterns and things if we can refuel them in some way.
It also
Mm,
never gets
no.
dark here, right? It always stays the same.
Yeah,
Not
but we gotta
on
go
the
underground.
surface.
It does, yeah. Unfortunately, like as far as the fuel for your lanterns, I don't think I'd be able to help you out on that.
Can we have some of those globe things?
Yeah, it might be a little awkward, but I'm sure your creative types could come up with a way to carry them. No, they're about the size of a person's head, so you know.
Of some of
Well,
those,
you can
like,
break something up, can't you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking of things like you see on fishing boats, like little nets, like bags that you can put such things in, and then either throw them over your shoulder or wrap them around your neck, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking that, and also another bag we could put over it. So if we wanted to essentially turn it off.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, finding like the material for the to make a net, you know, they've got ropes and everything. So assume one of you is able to weave a little bit.
Well,
Or they are.
Yeah.
I probably have skills like that. I don't have them written down, but
Yeah.
between the group, we could figure out a way to.
Right. Yeah. So what I'll have you do as you're making that up, I'll have who has the lowest luck will have you make a roll on that.
99.
98.
95.
What would be you?
Jeez.
don't screw it up.
Of
It
course, a die
explodes.
falls on the floor.
Oh,
Just for drama. 59 is a normal success.
all right. Yeah. Together, I mean, you're all intelligent, according to your character sheets, intelligent character. So you're able to figure it out. So, well, you guys are all provisioned and stocked up. What you see is a lot of the people and canyons that you've seen around here. They all start heading toward the tunnels that will go to the arena. And Evan, he speaks up. He's like going, if you're going to be headed out, you'll need to soon. We'll be locking the door. We don't want one of the walking corpses to accidentally stumble in. They always leave such a mess.
Of course. Well, I think we should be off.
When we're alone, I tell everybody, I keep thinking that we're suddenly going to be rounded up and taken to the arena.
It's not a mad thought. She takes interest in curious activities. Did we all get whatever care Evan could give us?
Oh yeah. Who was hoping to get some medicine? Some little attendance? Was that just Milton?
I'm down one.
You're down one. Okay. Let's look up his medicine again. There it is. All right, for Milton. Yep. 1d4 back. And for Marsden, also 1d4 back. Which, if you're only down one,
That's all I can get.
You rolling or am I rolling?
I didn't get my d4 out, so I'll have you roll it.
Okay. I'll also go and grab mine. It's in a case and it's the hardest one to get out.
Of course.
2.
All right. There you go.
A little better.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So after that, he kind of walks with you to the front door. And as you're leaving, he was a soldier, and he kind of stands at attention, and he shakes each of your hands as you press out on. He's like going, "Good luck, gentlemen. I do think there is some validity to your story, and you're a brave men to head into the forest."
Thank you.
And as you go out, you hear the doors shut and the ominous tumblers clicking into place.
Glad we're out of there.
Yeah. And Milton, as you're kind of walking along, you see off in the distance, you see the arena. You actually kind of think about one of the visions you had of Ash when you were in the Institute. And now that you kind of remember that that's the arena you saw.
Oh, trust me, I hadn't forgotten.
All right, so going to head back to the path that you came into the city.
Follow the yellow brick road.
This time armed. We're all armed.
You're all armed. All right. All right. So you make it out of the city, no problem. You find that you've now that you've kind of traveled through it a few times, you recognize the sounds of when the zombies come along, and you realize that as long as they don't see you, they're just going to press on. So you don't even have to hide that hard. It's not like they have great senses. So you come out of the city, and you have the path. And yes, Wyatt.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Before it comes up in the future, this globe of light, is it like glass? Is it? I mean, like, if we drop it, does it shatter? Like, while we were building the thing, I wanted to look at it a little bit.
Almost like it's a stone.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's glowing, and like everything in you says, okay, for it to glow this way, it should be hot, but it's not.
Okay. I just don't want to put it down and it shatters or it explodes on us.
It's almost like it has a cold light within.
Yeah, is it steady or does it flicker like cold fire?
It does not flicker like cold fire. I don't think they actually say. They say it's glowing stone globes.
You're the GM, you say.
I know. I was like going, okay, here we go. Globes, they emit a blue light and can be adjusted for brightness. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We can probably turn it off then if we need to go into the dark, like you said.
Yeah, and just kind of pass your hand over it. It's like the faucet I have in my house. You just touch it and it turns it on or off and everything.
All right. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you're walking along, and I assume you're going to just stick to the path as you as you come along. You're walking for about 6 miles, so a few hours. And you get to where you start recognizing the fences of Rigalil's plantation. You see, she does have some workers out working the fields.
Temptation to kill these people and put them out of their misery is considerable, but she's probably hard to kill and just put them back together worse.
Well, I mean, I don't know how well she'd be able to withstand those new things we got from Ash.
Do we want to go past her place, or do we want to turn and go towards the dripping forest before we get to her place?
I think we want to go over the bridge.
Want to go over the bridge?
And then on left, right?
Along the riverbank.
Mm-hmm.
Out to the sea.
On the other side of
sea
the river.
Underneath the earth.
Yes.
So rather than trying to rain technological death upon them all, we should just go past quickly and quietly and see if we can avoid.
Well, we'll make a footnote and we'll circle back at some point and end this madness.
Well, we've got to do it when we come back anyway. Well, we've got to come back this way. We might as well do her and Ash at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Okay. As you go along, some of the workers they look up and they stare at you, but they're just almost just drooling out of their mouths as you go by. And then once you're outside of their eyesight, they don't have any like sense of permanence. So once they don't see you, they just, it's like you don't exist anymore, and they go back to the works. But you stay on the path that cuts through, none of them will react. All right. Oh, you get to the large bridge, and you take the left, pressing to the west.
Okay. I wonder if this is the River Alf. Remember the poem "In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf, the sacred river, ran through caverns measureless to man down to a sunless sea." Sounds like the real thing.
I always thought he was high when he wrote that.
I think he was on drugs, yes. Mm-hmm. And then somebody interrupted him, and then he couldn't write anymore because he couldn't remember what the thing that he was.
Someone came and knocking at his door. Yeah.
All right.
It's a beautiful poem.
So about lunchtime, you start getting near the forest, and as described, it's very it's dripping. It's very humid. As you start getting closer, you can feel the humidity coming off of it. Like the Amazon forest can actually create its own kind of weather. There's such a dense forest pack. That's what's happening here. As you get, it's just holding all the water in, and you can actually start feeling the heat coming off of it as your sweat will no longer work for you.
Oh, is this the beginning of the cannibal area?
No, I think that that land out in that direction.
Ash said that the forest and the lands were full of cannibals.
Yes, we took the path to avoid extra cannibal time.
I see.
But the forest is also inhabited.
We skipped the
only
part
by...
where we could see the cannibals coming, and now we're going into the part where we can't see the cannibals coming.
We'd be going through it regardless anyway.
It's true.
We reduced our cannibal quotient by up to 2/3.
Go. All right. Guys, I assume press on in.
Yeah. Armed and cautious. Do we want to move in some sort of pattern?
I'm not
Are there
great.
any paths?
There are not.
Cross country from here.
We need to be
What
careful.
does anybody know the land? Not this land, but land, moving through forests or jungles.
I go on hikes through the woods all the time.
If we want to move quietly,
that looks poisonous,
which is everything.
Yes, I'd be surprised if anything looked wholesome in there.
Let's get some sticks.
I think I might want both hands on weapons. How dark is it? How dense is the canopy? And are there any landmarks we can see, like perhaps a mountain in the distance from within?
There is not. And the canopy is very, very dense. Like you get a feeling once you're probably, 50 feet in there, you look up, you won't be able to see the sky.
I'd suggest we just follow the riverbank, even if it's going through the forest, because we know that's going to eventually connect with the ocean.
Quite logical, Blake.
I have my whip in my hand, coiled in my hand, ready.
That might also prove to be difficult when you've got all these trees and jungle and vines and stuff around that will just get tangled. I've got a knife.
I have a whip, a pistol, and a staff.
I have a club knife and a .38 revolver.
I wonder whether
I'm
I
going
should
to grab a stick anyway, because if that plant looks dangerous, I'm going to make sure I'm not touching it when I go by.
Right. Gotcha. All right. So planning to stick with the river, following the river. That makes sense to me. All right. So you are walking along, and it's about an hour. And everyone give me a Constitution roll.
Oh, yeah. That's
11
Pass.
is
Hard.
an extreme success on the dot.
All right, you're feeling all right.
Dismal failure, 94. Maybe I should not be
80.
wearing wool.
Yeah. And
80
Milton.
is also a failure, so starting as a mean to go on.
All right. So yeah, as you're walking along, you're sweating good. If you failed any rolls while you're in the forest that are a physical roll, incur a penalty die.
The river itself, is it? Describe it. How far across is it? Is it rushing water? Is it slowly flowing?
It's more of a well, it's hard to tell if it's deep. It's a pretty muddy river through here. It is not rushing. It is more of just a meander. It's
Lazy
kind of
river.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's 50 feet across, I think, at the bridge.
It was 500 feet across.
500.
Yeah.
So did it spread out even more in the forest? Or
Yeah.
is
It's almost like how the Nile kind of turns
like
into
delta
the
and
delta.
out.
Yeah. And so like as you're following along, maybe that's what's wearing you down a bit. Your feet kind of sink into the muck, and you're always having to pull your boot up out of it. Yeah. And trekking through swamps, it can be exhausting.
Do we see any animal life or hear anything, bugs or birds?
Yep. You do hear like constant insects moving around. To see if there's any animal life, you can give me a either a natural world or a track to see if you can spot.
59 is a success on natural world.
You do not. As you are moving along, though, you start hearing this. It's almost like a humming song, and it gets louder for a bit, and then it fades out. And all of you can give me a Cthulhu Mythos roll.
An 81.
That's pretty close.
I'll
So,
spend 2 points.
Okay, send 2 points to be successful.
Well, that's better than me spending 76 points.
All right. So Milton, what you recognize is that you'd read this in a book that these are the songs of some of the vegetative spawn of Shub-Niggurath. And when they start to sing, they're trying to sing to each other. And if they get to the right note, they actually fire petals at anything that's moving, and the petals are known to be quite sharp. To calm them, you need to be able to sing back to them. So, anyone has arts and crafts singing?
I have writing. I could
Writing and
write a nice
photography.
song.
What kind of bard can't sing, Cooper?
I have a lot of charm, okay? I'm more of a spoken word prose myself.
I'll relay that to everyone, saying, yeah, we probably should stay away from that and duck.
Marston, do you think if we took out one of the cameras and vaporized what's in front of us, would that be possible? I don't know how this works exactly yet. We haven't really tested it.
Wasting the fire, the shot.
Yeah, it's pretty much as that when they dismantled it, they found that it perpetually charges itself.
It's just
One of the reasons we wanted to get
shots.
one back up top. It actually might be a good place to try it and get a sense of what kind of distance and range and such they have, because I don't really mind killing anything around here.
And use the double one.
I've got when we devise that, does it point like 2 prongs, or is it like a Y?
So it's got
It's 2
handles
buttons.
Yeah, it looks like a camera. And then the one you modified, I imagine maybe you just put like some piece of obstacle in the way that is able to split it.
Right, so roughly a Y shape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'll go up in front and give it a I'll aim at a tree that's, more or less ahead of where we want to be and see, oh, actually, maybe we should avoid tree trunks. I wouldn't want it to topple backwards onto us.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's aim for a clearer area and see how much of that we can hollow out.
Okay. All right, give me a firearms roll, and essentially all we're doing is making sure that it doesn't malfunction on you.
Right. Phew, 79 scared me for a moment.
Yeah, when you fire away, it hits, and what's in the way, it does kind of just disappear, almost like how Boris did when the blood got on him from those shamblers, and you notice that the singing does stop. And it's about 20 yards is the range.
So we have slightly clearer going. And if that makes our little, what did you say they were spawn of?
The black goat of the woods.
Right, yes, if it puts the babies to sleep, all the better.
Just make me wonder though, with this thing being effectively teleporting what it hits off into a different dimension. That dimension is going to be full of some very weird stuff, like bits of body, bits of bush, bits of tree, bits of Shub-Niggurath spawn.
Hopefully
we
it's
don't end
the
up there.
cold void of space or the heart of a distant star.
Hopefully it's not where we're doing black supplication to.
True. All right. Okay. I assume you are eating as you're traveling because lunch came along. About what you would estimate probably getting to 2:00 based on just your body clock. You are coming along and you just start getting this awful stench, almost like a miasma of a swamp that's been turned over.
It's those eggs from this morning, isn't it?
Yeah. And up ahead, you see this circle kind of in the ground where there's no growth at all, and it looks like a kind of a pink spongy, substance.
Just skirt our way around that.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell it is.
With a wide berth.
Yeah.
All of you give me a stealth roll.
I'll tell you now, I'm going to hit every stick on the way.
I'll spend 4 points to make it.
Okay.
Oh,
I presume this counts as a physical action, so it's going to have a penalty die on it.
Yep.
Fine point.
I actually passed that.
55 is a fail, and it's not particularly close.
I rolled 66 twice, which means it must have been meant to be.
Yeah.
I got an 09 and a 19. Both of them are pass.
Wow.
Nice.
There you go. That's what happens when you guarantee things.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Too bad your buddies failed. So who was in the lead?
I've got the stick, so I'm knocking back plants.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you got that. And who was it bringing up the rear?
I would be unlikely. It would be either me or Milton.
Okay. Understood.
So I'll take it.
All
Yeah, I'll
right.
be in front of him.
So as you're walking along, maybe Nathaniel, your fail, you stepped on a stick that kind of snapped, and then that flew up and hit Marsden in the cheek, which is why he's like, made the noise. And the pink soft substance, it rises up, and it's got 4 legs, and then this maw opens up on the top, and these 4 tongues start coming out. And when the maw opens up, it's even more of a rancid smell. You guys can give me sanity rolls at this. And just to give you a feel, it's size 260 is how big this thing is.
Oh my god.
I rolled an 04 for sanity.
You lose 1d3.
I rolled an 82.
Is that a pass?
Fail.
Okay.
I will spend the 2 points of luck to negate my 2 points.
If you pass, it's 1d3. If you fail, it's 1d10.
Oh my.
I failed.
Pass.
I took 3, but I'm gonna spend 3 luck to absorb the 3.
Oh,
Yeah, pass 2 luck gone.
Okay.
7.
7. All right. And
Insane talent.
you're indefinitely insane, so you will have an automatic bout of madness. So give me a d10 for
Okay. Do I don't do an intelligence roll?
no, because you're indefinitely insane. It happens automatically.
Okay. What next?
D10 to see what happened, what bout of madness you get.
10.
10. Oh, another mania.
Does he get a pulp power off of that?
He's already got 3. All right, roll a D100 for your mania.
06.
06. And
I'm in love with giant pink blob things.
yeah.
You love rotten
Mommy.
smells. Yeah.
Okay. You have. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. Achomomania. Obsession with sharp and pointy objects.
Huh.
Like your steak.
And my knife.
And your knife. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You could combine the two in the fact that you want to give gifts. You want to give your nice stick, nice sharp thing to that thing in the swamp.
Wait a
Yeah.
second. I've only got one insane talent.
I thought you got like you learned
Pyromania.
you learned a new language.
Oh, that's right. I did.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe you only do have 2.
Yeah, I think just the 2.
Okay, then roll a d20 for your third one then.
Oh, D20.
Mm-hmm.
14.
All right. Insane understanding. Oh, I get it now.
Oh, I get it now.
The hero may ask the keeper a question about the plot. Why is the enemy doing this? What does the enemy hope to achieve? So on and so forth. The question should be quite specific, and the keeper should answer honestly. However, you may only use this talent once.
I'll save that.
Yeah. You want to ask, should I fight this thing?
What time is it?
All right. Milton, you are faster than it.
Yeah, I'm hoping I am, because I'm going to leg it. Because there's
All
no
right.
way in hell a sword is going to kill that thing.
So you take off running, and Nathaniel, you are also faster than it is.
I think Milton has a wise idea, but given the size of this thing, I would like to pop 3 rounds from my revolver into it and then run.
Okay, that is a bonus die to shoot at it because it is well beyond build 4.
Yay!
Would it be a penalty die taking that away for multiple shots?
Yeah, so it'll be a bonus die, then a regular roll, then a penalty die for the 3 shots. Oh wait, no.
No, just be 3 regular shots.
Yeah, 3 regular shots. 6. Yeah.
Well, my firearms are not good, but
Yeah.
Volume. 86 is not good. 75 is not good. And a 27 is also not good.
So
I
when
guess it's more focused on the running away part than the.
So you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Could not apparently hit the broadside of a barn.
All right. Wyatt, you're up.
I see everybody able to run, or is there anybody kind of stuck?
Well, it is going to get to act because it's kind of moving pretty quick. You can kind of estimate that Damio and Marsden are probably not going to get the jump away from this thing.
So I'm gonna swing my whip at it with the electric charge, hoping it's nice and moist and it will shock the crap out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So 46, which is a hard success.
Okay. I failed my dodge, so
D6 plus 4 plus damage bonus. So 2 plus 4 is 6 plus D4. 6, 7, 8 points of damage, and it's electrical. So
Okay, so I'll give it a Constitution roll, see if it kind of gets shocked.
We're also
Nope.
making a hell of a lot of noise.
Yeah. Sorry, you said 8?
8 points total.
Okay, yeah, okay. All right. It's go, and it whips one tongue at you. Well, it's going to whip 2 tongues at you, Wyatt, because you whipped it. So do you want to try and fight back or dodge?
Fight back.
Okay. I failed my first roll.
Do I roll now or do you
Yep.
roll both? Okay.
Oh, yeah, we'll just do them each separate.
13
Okay.
is extreme.
Okay, roll your damage.
Would be the same, correct?
Yep.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 11.
Okay. Its second tongue attack. You want to fight back or dodge this one?
I'll fight back.
Okay.
31 is a hard.
Okay, you hit it again.
6, 4. So 10 plus 4 is 14.
Okay. All right. All right. Damia, one tongue's whipping at you.
I'm going to try to dodge.
Okay. There we go.
I got an 11.
I got
Nice.
it. I got a hard.
Oh, just the dodge. I got a hard. So you win.
Nope, you win a dodge.
Okay.
Dodge tie goes to the Dodger. And Milton. No, Milton, you got away. Marsden.
Yes, and by dodge, I mean I'll more or less try to fall on my ass because I want to keep the gun pointed and ready.
Understood.
Well, I failed that dodge.
Okay. I did not fail. So the tongue kind of whips, and at the end, it has like a lamprey-like mouth. And it kind of bites you, and you take 6 points of damage. Ah! And give me a Constitution save or Constitution roll.
I haven't rolled under 50, I don't think, tonight. So that's
Okay.
also a fail.
All right, I'll let you roll this. So roll a 1d4.
That's guaranteed under 50.
Yeah.
Marston, didn't you have insane speed or insane constitution?
That's when
One
he's
of those?
running. That's when he's running.
2.
2. Okay, well, you'll only be paralyzed for 2 hours.
Oh,
Only.
As it kind of like has bit you, and you guys see the tongue starting to kind of wrap around it, almost like a boa constrictor. Damia.
I get to attack.
Yep.
I am going to pull out my knife and jam it in the thing that's trying to wrap itself around Marston's neck.
All right. Give me a fighting
Roll.
Yep.
A 33 out of 65. I'll spend 1 to make it a hard.
You don't need to.
Okay. Like jam my knife right into it.
All right. Roll your damage. As you love that pointy thing.
It's 2. Do I have damage bonus? I don't. So 3 points of damage is all I do.
Okay. All right. Good. Marsden, you're and we will go to Milton. It doesn't like being stabbed, but it's not like,
Mm-hmm. Depends whether I'm in range. If I can move, because I've already run away a bit, am I still within range of going back and hacking the thing that's wrapped around Marsden?
Or
am I too far?
I'm gonna give me a Constitution or a Dex roll to see, because you're going to kind of like sprint back to be able to do that.
The Dex roll presumably has the penalty dice still.
Yeah.
22, or not 22, 28 or 38, both of which are good.
All right, yeah. Yeah, the adrenaline kicked in. You kind of come running up and make your attack.
Chop. Do I get a bonus die for its size?
I thought that was only with firearms.
I can't remember.
Yeah. All right.
Because it's so big, it's because it gives a bonus die on all attacks. I can't
Yeah.
remember myself.
Yeah, I can't either. So,
Like, how could you miss?
Yeah, that's the point.
I was just
Well,
thinking
yeah,
that.
well, you were doing this with your gun
You were freaking out.
as you were running away.
He was aiming for the bigger target, the sky.
that's right. Yeah, which you can't see through the woods anyway. Okay, combat. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we'll just go with yes because it makes sense because I won't spend all day trying to look up the rule for one
Same,
one
I can't.
thing.
I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
And that will cancel out the penalty die that
Yep.
I have. So it's just a straight roll. I will spend 3 points of luck and actually hit with the bloody sword for a change.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Now, for the Kinyan sword, I can't remember. Is it a D6 plus 2 or a D6 plus 1?
I have that conveniently right here. It is a D6 plus 2.
Hey, there we go. So I don't have any damage bonus. So here's the D6. 4 points.
4 points. All right. So the you sever the tongue, and so it kind of falls down. It screams out. You know what you would equate as it screaming. And Nathaniel.
Trying to hit the broadside of the barn, part 2.
All right.
The reshooting. No.
Use the Vogon poetry.
No, I should really start trying to read a poetry because 33 is the closest I got.
Wow.
13 points of luck.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, I've emptied my gun and 6
What?
shots, nothing.
At least it won't be tempting you anymore. Wyatt, you're up.
I'm gonna attack it.
Okay. Yeah.
66, but that's still just a regular success.
Yep, that's good enough. He doesn't dodge you.
All right. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the electric.
Okay. Now you guys are probably figuring out you're hitting it, but you know the amount of damage you think you're causing to it is definitely lower than what you are damaging it. But yeah, it's not. You want keeping track. All right, it's go. It's only got 3 attacks now since it severed off one of it, and more importantly, Marsden's no longer being drugged toward its maw. All right, so we will go Milton, because you severed the tongue. It's going to swing its other tongue at you.
Dodge.
Okay, you may dodge.
Weird again with a penalty die.
Yep.
I would have loved the 10, but instead I get 70, which I will spend 2 luck to make it a regular dodge.
All right, then it misses. 1 tongue at you, Wyatt.
I'll fight back.
Okay.
57.
Okay,
Just
so
regular.
it hits because it got a hard. And you take 2 points and give me a Constitution roll. And I dug out my D4, so
19.
so you pass.
So
all right,
yeah.
all right. And then Damio, you're getting the last tongue swing at you.
Okay. I'm going to try to dodge.
Okay.
Got a 61, which is a complete failure.
Yeah, I failed also. I rolled a 95.
So as it goes by, I swing at it with my knife. I
Yeah.
miss.
And it is
This
your
is-
turn. It is your turn.
If that tongue is anywhere near me, I'm going to try to jam my knife
Okay.
into it.
Yep, we'll say it is.
I got a 16.
Might have to fire these dice. Okay.
Oh, 5, 6. 6 points of damage.
Okay. Sounds good. And Marsden is still frozen. So we're back to Milton.
Yeah, that bonus die is only on firearms rolls. That's what I found in the book.
Okay.
So I'll attempt with the choppy again, but with a
Hey.
penalty. Saw 51 and thought, hey, it's within range. 91, no.
No. All right. Nathaniel.
Well, when it turns out you can't shoot for shit, what you do is you put the gun away, you pull out your knife, and you charge headlong into danger.
All right.
With a 48, and that's a pass on fighting brawl.
All right. You hit it.
That is going to be for 7 points of damage.
Okay. So half that is okay. All right. And Wyatt.
How far is Milton from me? Are we?
You're probably pretty close. You kind of were attacking the same tongue area.
Can I? I don't think it should be unreasonable. Pass Milton, my backpack. Get the camera out and toss it to him, and then attack.
Oh yeah, that's no
All right.
problem.
I don't want to. I want to keep it occupied. I was going to step back myself and do it, but I'm afraid that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 69. Well, I have 75 fighting brawl, so 69 regular.
Okay, that is a hit. I have a dodge of 10, so and it dodges your attack. So
it dodged.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. I'm explaining that I have a dodge of 10, which is
a dodge. I got you.
Which is why I fail my dodges all the time because it's terrible at that. Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 1, a 3, plus 4, so 8 total, and
Okay.
shock save,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
which I'm assuming is not doing anything to it.
No, his constitution's like 150. He's like,
That's what I figured.
okay. All right.
Wyatt's figuring it out, but
All right. Poor Marsden. All right. Okay. So it's going to swing at you, Wyatt.
I'll fight back again.
Okay.
15.
I got a regular, so I assume that's
Which is extreme.
Okay, that's a hit.
So is that max damage?
Nope, you don't get max damage when you fight back. It's only when you
okay.
attack. Yeah.
So then 2, 5, 7, 11.
Okay. That's, 5, okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. Second one is going to be swinging at. We'll go for. You hit it, didn't you, Nathaniel?
I did.
All right, it's gonna swing at you.
I'm gonna try to dodge.
You don't. You doesn't matter.
So my O2 on dodge was for nothing.
Yeah, you dodged. It's so horrible of a swing. And finally, Milton. Its last one's going to come after you.
Dodge again.
Ooh.
Oh, bugger. That sounds like it's hit, so I am probably going to spend a load of luck because I don't want this thing hitting me.
I got a hard.
Oh, shit. That's going to be a lot of luck. Let me see if it's actually worth spending. So, 89 minus 34.
It's so peaceful here, Milton. So peaceful.
That'd be 55 luck.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of luck.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to take the hit.
Yeah. Take 4 points of damage and give me a constitution roll.
Oh, does the con roll incur the penalty or?
Yep.
Yay. Oh, 04 or 34. 34 is still a pass.
All right. Yeah, you're right. Fired up. Fighting. Okay, Damio.
I'm going to try to attack the thing.
Okay. All right.
I might run forward and try to attack it. Oh, 30. That is better than that. That's a hard.
Okay. All right. Damage.
Oh, once again, 6.
Okay. Nice. And Milton.
Back to the top. Right, stop throwing these bloody tongues at me and start chopping away again.
All right. You got that camera thing. Got Wyatt through to you.
Oh, no, that's a good point. You did tell me that. No, did Wyatt want me to use it or throw it to you?
No, I was kind of saying, here, get the camera out. Use or what, I didn't really specify.
Yeah.
Because I am absolutely bloody useless with firearms. So
But it's huge.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's why I figured it's huge. If you just stand there and point at
if you want to keep passing it down the line, I can try again. If that's what you really want, Milton.
You're probably
in
just
my
as good
mind.
Okay.
Sorry. In my mind, I was just passing it off so somebody would shoot this thing with it while I whip it at it and keep it occupied.
I'm probably realistically more likely going to do damage with the sword, so
That's fine.
I'll pass it towards Nathaniel then and take a chop.
I was hoping for a fumble with that thing.
Yeah, which would have been what I would have just rolled. So no, I wave wildly.
All right. Okay. Good, Nathaniel.
Well, I couldn't hit it with a pistol, but can I hit it with an invisible interdimensional beam?
We will see.
Many rounds of push.
Now,
is it right? What is the firearm?
Firearms like rifle, shotgun.
Rifle, shotgun.
Just remember, I'm right over there stabbing the thing.
Yeah, I have a bonus die. It's okay.
But you have to hold it down for like so many rounds before it goes off.
I think it's you get a shot and then it has to hold down for a few more rounds to recharge.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
It was one shot every 2 rounds. But I could be wrong.
firing. Let's hope for the best. Oh, an 18. Bonus dice. Okay. So an 18 or 28. So I'll take the 18, which is a regular success.
Okay. It does 1d10. Yeah, it's every other round it shoots. So yeah.
1.
All right, yeah. Yeah, you hit it, and this small part, really small part, disappeared.
Chopped a little bit off the top of a mandible.
Yeah. Why? You're up.
I'm excavating it layer by layer.
Yeah.
I'll swing again. The reason I was giving it off is I have insane constitution, so if I get hit, I at least have that second roll. So I figured not to take myself out of it.
Gotcha. Yep.
87. I'm gonna spend 11 luck. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm down to 84. Oh, I hit
Okay.
with a
Okay.
regular.
Roll your damage.
3 and 1, 4, and plus 4 is 8.
That drops it.
Good spend of luck.
It kind of falls down and starts oozing back to its hole in the ground.
I would immediately run over to Marsden.
Okay.
Professor.
Yeah.
We need to get out of here. If that thing was attracted by him stepping on a stick, we've called everything in the forest now.
Yeah, but let's hope the sounds of that creature, the other creatures might avoid.
Unless there's more of those things.
Yeah.
Well,
First thing I want to look at Marsden. I want to make sure he's breathing.
Okay. So he is breathing. He's just sound asleep.
I know he has smelling salts.
Who's got the most size? I mean, the most strength.
I have
I'm at
70.
50.
I could carry him.
I have 60.
Fire him and just. He's
Continuing
tiny.
that trend of going down, 55.
Yeah. Okay.
Before I forget, even though it was
Uh,
completely useless to me, I am going to reload that revolver.
Oh, I understood. Yeah. Well, you never know. All right. So you kind of put the smelling salts underneath him, but yeah, he's like Bombor in the in Mirkwood. He's not going to wake up.
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have fireman carry him
Okay.
and make sure all of his stuff is intact. Like nothing's gonna. I'm dropping shit behind me. Nathaniel, hold on to the camera for now. My hands are obviously useless.
Yeah, no. Make sure to
Where do we
recharge this
go?
too. All my ranged options. And,
All right. As you guys get ready to press on, everyone give me a spot hidden.
This time, no, 90.
I gave myself a penalty dice because I'm carrying on my
Yeah.
62
Extreme.
is a regular success.
All right. So regular success, Nathaniel. Yeah, you see some movement up ahead, and they look like people. And Milton, you see that you guys are pretty much surrounded, and they've got their bows out and drawn. And
You saw what we did to that thing? We'll do the same to you.
Yeah. I'm tempted to try and intimidate because I'm just so annoyed at this point. I'm saying, oh, we haven't got time for this. You stand in our way, we're going to hack you into a million fucking pieces.
Okay. Do you say that?
Yeah, I might as well.
All right.
They understand.
They don't respond because they don't speak English.
Well, will they respond to me shooting one of them with the camera thing?
Well, before you do that, I'll yell something at them in Kenyan.
Okay.
I'll say, "You want some?" I said,
Hey.
"We're kind of pissed off at the moment."
They
Command them to guide us through their land.
the one speaks up and goes, I am Kithroglith. You are trespassers.
Well, we're not planning on staying.
Because you were foreseen to be coming this way by our shaman. He wishes to speak with you.
Well, then we're not trespassing.
We're guests.
Mm.
To put the bows down, they're making me nervous.
Yeah, put down the bows.
There you go. And they kind of put the bows down, but the advantage of bows are they are extremely a fast weapon. So they do lower the bows. And he steps out. He is a Kanyan. He is just wearing a loincloth and a mask. He looks at you. He's like going, You are strange. I've seen some of your kind a few days ago.
I'm going to try to describe the guys we're after. Is that who you've seen?
You mentioned like the little white armband. Yeah. He nods with that. He goes, we have one at our camp.
They are our enemies. We are here to stop them.
Ah, come.
He's got one of the what were they called? The unmentionable.
The League of Forgotten Men.
The League of Forgotten Men.
Yeah. You already forgot them?
Forgotten name.
So he kind of takes the lead, and everyone besides Milton, you see that there are quite a lot of them come out of the woods. Milton already saw that there were many of them around. So they pull you away from the river as they're leading. What's that way?
I was going to say to Damiel, they don't speak English at all?
No, Kanyan. They're Kanyans.
If things start to go south, use your telekinesis to pull the mask off of the chieftain and make it move to you. Maybe they're superstitious and think you have greater powers than them. Might scare the crap out of them. Buy us enough time.
Maybe. Might also be something that they kill people for. Witchcraft.
Yeah, but
let's play it by ear and see what's going on. They've got one.
I'm just saying if
the
stuff
bad
goes
guys.
south.
We might be able to find out
Sorry,
something.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. So they take it's about an hour walk, and they come to this area, and it looks like they've kind of built their village in the trees. And you see where they're approaching, they've got a man kind of strung up. His arms are up like this. He's hanging, and he's been completely flayed. And but what's disturbing about it is one, he's wearing clothes that you would recognize from New York, and he does have a white armband. But as you look at him, the blood, as it's flowing down, it's actually black, and it crackles like if you've ever ice when it gets really cold, it kind of will crack, and so that's what the blood as it leaves the body, it freezes and it kind of crackles.
And is this somebody we recognize?
If he had his face, you might, but since it's been flayed off,
I'm gonna make a sanity roll. That's pretty.
Yes, you will. Yep. Give me a sand roll.
Just
67 is good.
I'm remarkably happy because it's a Nazi.
All right. If you pass it, 0.
What if it's what's his name? The first guy that we went looking for.
Our dentist.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a way to maybe do like an int check or spot hidden to see with the bits of the face that we can see that maybe put 2 and 2 together?
Let me look at their size. Maybe their size is noticeably different.
Maybe it's got a wedding ring or something.
So their size is
I don't know.
maybe, and his this body's much bigger than Brendan ever was.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine then.
Size 85 to 55. So yeah.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. They took a couple of them to lift him up.
I was hoping they had one alive.
Yeah.
Well, is he still alive or is he?
No.
Right. Okay.
So
that would have probably been worse.
Yeah. They bring you into the village, and they most of them kind of run off and start doing their village life. But Kithroglith directs you on ahead, and he come to a hut kind of all by itself, and he says to Damio, "Enter. Noxial Will is inside."
He's just saying this to me?
Well, he's speaking in Kanyan, but
Oh, I see. Okay. Their leader is inside. Apparently he's had visions of us. So let's see what's going on.
All right. So you go inside, and here's a picture of Noxial. Is sitting there. He's got long hair, kind of braided in the back. He looks extremely old, like he would make Zelrathos look, like a young whippersnapper. As he kind of is he's just kind of sitting there with his eyes closed, his feet, his legs are crisscross, and he's just sitting there, and for a moment you guys are kind of staring at him. You're not even sure if he's breathing, but then about every minute and a half he slowly inhales.
Well, I suppose joining him in a meditative state after what has occurred and that's surrounded by cannibals might do a little good to calm me down.
I'll gently place Marsden on our side of the door, but closer to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll actually sit Indian style in front of him.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And Milton?
I'll plonk myself down somewhere that looks vaguely comfortable.
All right. So after a bit of meditation, all of you can give me power rolls. with bonus dice.
Good, because I failed that one miserably.
64 is a pass.
Including Marsden. You can get your...
At an
I
extreme
actually-
14.
70 out of 70 with the bonus. The first one was 90.
Ooh. All right. Milton, I assume you pass?
No, 95 or 95 is still a fail.
Wow. So Milton, you kind of are sitting there, and you will not hear the conversation that takes place inside their mind, and but everyone else, when they speak, they'll be speaking inside your mind. So you just kind of be sitting there like going, "Huh, everyone's really quiet right now." So, so the four of you, including Marsden, you hear Nakja Will. He speaks. He starts speaking, and he goes, "Because I dreamed that you would come."
Can we understand him, but transmitted thought?
You can.
Oh, I too have been one to dream things from time to time, but not of the future.
We all have our. We are all blessed by Cthulhu in different ways. I've been blessed with being able to see what will come in times to pass. Deep below the earth, the balance of Nug and Yeb has been disturbed. Someday, inevitably, Nug and Yeb will engulf the world in black flame and make ready the way for the One. But the days of the cleansing are not yet. We must let the great old one sleep in peace. The destruction that is being unleashed serves no purpose. The nearest temple of Nug and Yeb, full of decadent city dwellers fornicating in a parody of worship, has fallen. It is the first pain spasm of Nug and Yeb. You know of what I speak.
Me too.
Yes, we do. We are hoping to make it to the temple across the still water.
You are on the correct path then. The half-formed monsters have been born and spread out into the plains. The tribe's warriors of the plains have been hunting them down. The man who's disturbed the 10 blasphemies is not a Kanyan, but his mind is untainted by the space devils. He has left his proper time behind. When they passed through our forest, our warriors confronted a group of men walking through the plains a day ago. All but one of the warriors were destroyed, only killing one of the outsiders in the exchange. The one made it back to the tribe and told the stories. Then we went back and got the outsider's body and strung him up, as you see. They wield a monstrous, strange power, some piece of metal that belches lead quickly.
We have those as well.
Do you know how you would deal with these men and why they are passing through my forest?
They are trying to disrupt the natural order of things, to go to the center of the earth and try to bring back their old civilization at the cost of all reality.
We think that if they succeed, they'll destroy everything. So we have to stop them.
You are correct. If they were to succeed, then everything would not be destroyed. But they are failing, and therefore everything will be destroyed instead. They've unleashed powers they cannot control. Their arrogance will be their downfall, but unfortunately we will be enveloped into their downfall.
Is there any way you can help us stop them?
We can escort you through the forest. You've only tasted a minor portion of its dangers. The womb beasts will be very aggressive now that one of them has been beaten back, and their offspring are even worse.
We thank you for any help you can give us. Our friend has been poisoned by one of them.
In time, that will wear off. It is merely a drug to cause him to sleep while he would have been digested. I must ask you, are you willing to make the sacrifices for the pilgrimage?
Well,
what sacrifices?
we don't even know what we're supposed to do. We haven't read a complete text.
It is funny how the old ones send babes to save the old. It's like going the pilgrimage to reach the center of the earth is quite painful. You will be engulfed in a cold fire. It will come from within your body and consume you. It will break you down into the smallest particles and move you down to the yin ho, then reassemble you. Some men that have experienced it have never been the same, and their mind has been shattered.
I can't.
Go on.
Sorry, I can't speak for the rest of us, but I know that if we don't stop them, nothing will exist. It's like everything will be undone. So, I personally have no choice in the matter. I must succeed in this task.
But as you have read the portents that they have begun to unleash some horde onto the plane, some of the ones who preceded us survived the burning of the cold fire.
Yes, they must have. They've as they've went down there, the spawns of Nug and Yeb. We've spotted them. They're small black creatures that almost like a jelly.
Lots of teeth, some eyes, and
yes.
I've got that. Well, you can't see my body anyway. We met them.
And the time is growing even shorter than we thought.
How many of? Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask how many of the men with the armbands were there?
How many would they have seen? Hang on just a second. I count. There were 6 that passed through our forest yesterday.
Headed which direction?
They were headed toward the sea.
Yes, it seems as though they didn't make it down the temple they destroyed. I think their demolition project interfered with their progress as well, and the little slimy face huggers pushed them off. So we're not as far behind them as we feared.
You also said something about 10 blasphemies.
The twin blasphemies.
Twin blasphemies. What are the twin blasphemies?
Nug and Yeb?
They are yes. They are Nug and Yeb. They are eternally entwined with each other.
And this Cthulhu of which you spoke.
He is the dreamer.
And you thought you were, Nathaniel.
Well, did you say that we'll be, it sounded like you were saying that we were going to be torn apart and put back together.
Yes, that is the cost of the Black Pilgrimage.
I like the sound of that.
You know, if the League of Forgotten Men can do it, we can. After all, we are highly motivated by the extinction of the known universe.
So as far as I know, I can't be torn apart and put back together.
Damiel, you were willing to lay down your life for this cause, no?
Yeah, but what if that's the death of me?
Well, then you did it nobly.
For no
I think
reason.
that I don't think that your God would fault you for that, and we'll arrange a nice place for you up there.
Is there any way to get to this city at the center of the world without using this supplication of Yug and Zeb?
Without the Black Pilgrimage?
Yeah.
If there is, that has been forgotten long ago.
I surmise that there are no tunnels between this realm and that one, that it is an otherwise impermeable membrane.
There are none that I know of.
And how would you recommend we get across the sea?
Oh, there are boats left behind from when Kanyan once was a great civilization. In our arrogance, we fought amongst ourselves and destroyed our own culture.
How long do you think it'll take us to cross?
Oh, I don't know how fast you can row. I've never.
You could row across it, so it can't be that far across.
You are free to go whenever you want. I will just. I will ask Kithrog-Lith to form a band to escort you through the rest of the forest.
Is there anything that you can impart through this mental contact? Any kind of magical means that we can help thwart these people?
To thwart the people, no. To calm Nug and Yeb, they're in the temple. There's a spell, the Black Supplication. It's extremely complex.
It sounds a bit like this, right?
Yes, it does. You've heard of this already. Truly, you are the ones that I foresee.
Let us hope so. We had time to study the supplication while inside the body of a great space maggot. We were taught by a parasitic insect who knew many tongues. Fever dreams are interesting. I hope I can write some of this down when I wake.
That is a strange story you tell. If you desire, though, you may rest here.
Do you have assistant shaman who can help attend to the physical injuries we sustained with the wound beast?
Oh, Mars
does not. Yeah. They probably have. Yep, they do have a little first aid. Yes.
And how far ahead would you say these intruders are?
They were here yesterday.
It's just one day. Good.
Maybe we could catch them before we even get to.
They have guns. We know that now.
Well, I fear that some of them have gone down using the Black Pilgrimage, and these are sent to destroy the only other means to follow them.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But if they're only a day ahead, I mean, they have to cross the sea. Oh, unless I'm sorry. No. Yeah, they could have already gone.
Maybe they're going to the other temple to destroy the text like they did. Yeah,
they don't want, because I think a group of them have already gone.
Right.
Attack the first temple, and now they've sent another group to destroy this temple, so we can't follow them. So we need to beat them there.
Yes, I think that's a very, and that explains why there were only 6 of them.
Right.
It wasn't attrition as I had hoped.
Damn, that means we have no choice but to beat them there
Do we
or stop them.
Is there any way we can get through the forest quickly?
Because yes, we have some leaves that you can chew on that reinvigorate the body.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
And maybe we could just assemble or somehow corrupt the other boats so they have a harder time getting them.
We're getting across after them, so they're already.
Well, we have a lot of time to think about. Like, we have some time to think about this. I think we should wait for Marsden to regain control of his limbs before we head off.
Yeah, he's probably getting close. He was only paralyzed 2 hours. It was an hour walk to the village. So.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna be conversing for a bit. So I think we should be off.
We need to get out of here as quickly as possible.
Well, Nix, yeah, well, thank you for your information. We pledge to do what we can.
Tell me, before you go, is the heretic still in charge of the city?
Esmeralda Ash?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. She is. We may have to go to war again to stop her.
I wondered.
There.
Yes, if we make it back from below, we agree that what's going on out there must come to an end. It's most abominable.
Are you also aware of the crazy woman that lives near the river?
Oh, yes, I've seen some of her work.
We need to get rid of her too.
Do you know what Esmeralda Ash is?
One of the sun gods from the surface.
She's just a person like us. She's just got some magic.
So he kind of he'll willingly to keep talking to you, but you know, if you're ready, he'll.
One other question. Esmeralda refers to you as cannibals. Do you in fact eat your own kind? Not passing judgment, just a question.
No, we have plenty of food in the forest.
Yeah, she told us that you were cannibals and you would eat us.
Nothing like spreading rumors of your enemies to make it makes killing them easier.
Well, thank you so much for your hospitality.
Indeed. And he kind of you hear him psychically yell for Kithroglith, and that guy comes in, and Milton, you see the Kithroglith come in, and he's unfortunately speaking in Kanyan, but these others start waking up or coming out of their trance.
I'll explain Milton everything that we talked about.
Okay, my ass has gone numb, so my brain evidently just turned off for a bit there. What was this?
And I explained it.
Yeah, we've got to beat the Nazis to the next temple before they cut off our means of following them.
So a bunch of them split off and went there as well?
We think so.
6 of them passed through here yesterday. Now there are 5 of them left. They've killed 1. So there are 5 of them left. Yeah.
Hey, 1 for each of us. Yay.
And they have a machine gun.
That's just bloody unsporting. But,
And there's something about us being torn apart, put back together.
All right.
Now, Damiel, I mean, you're willing to face death at the hands of this machine gun, are you not?
Well, face it, no, but try to get them before they get us. Yes, absolutely.
How about you shoot the machine gun with your shambler gun?
I could psychically put my finger in the barrel when they try to fire it.
So they this guy's name, Kithroglith, he comes in, he's got a pack, and he gets out, he's got a leaf, one leaf for each of you, and one leaf for him that he begins chewing on. And are any of the players, are you familiar with khat from the Middle East? It's a stimulant that keeps your body going. They chew it in Somalia, and you can actually be shot and your body's dead, and you keep functioning when you chew on it.
Oh, wow.
QAT for the viewers if you wanted to look it up. But yeah, so it's essentially what that does. It is a extreme stimulant.
Cool.
Let's go.
Well, let's do it.
I think I need this on weekdays. Yeah.
You don't have to tell me twice.
All right. So you guys head out, and you have a escort of 10 excuse me, 10 canyons. They kind of take you, and it feels like, you know, you're kind of going a roundabout way. But Damia, they explain to you that the river is actually the most dangerous because that attracts the most life, and which then attracts the biggest predators.
Keith, was I stirring enough to be able to be given some leaf and thus rejoin
Yep.
the land of living? Very
Yep.
good.
Yep. So, and that gets rid of your penalty die. All right. So after another hour and a half of moving through the forest, it starts thinning, and you come out to a beach. You see there's the sea of still waters. The water looks black and thick, not like a tar, but you know, between a tar and an oil. And you can Kithroglith, he points down to where there are boats. You see that there is some that are paddled, and some of them actually look like they've got a motor, but the motor's kind of rusted and would need some work on it.
Yes,
Can
Wyatt, let's have a look at one
Yeah.
of those devices, and we'll check. While we're doing that, we can all check for seaworthiness of the bodies themselves. We'll find the soundest boat
Also,
and
look for
see
signs
whether
of,
it'll take too long to repair the motor.
should also look for signs if any other boats have been dragged out into
Oh.
the water recently.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So this is where Kithroglith leaves us?
He'll stay on the beach with you, but
Very nice.
all right. So if you're checking to see if any other boat got pushed out, give me a spot hidden.
64 is a regular success.
Okay. Yes, there was. For the ones working on the, if you're trying to work on the engine, it's going to be a mechanical repair.
Cooper, while you're looking at that boat, see if you can estimate how many boots there were. I wonder if all of them made it out of the forest.
Oh, freaking 3 out of 85.
Oh yeah, you're like oh yeah, you know, I get in here little this water will wash it off. Yeah, fires right up. What was the other one to find out how many boots you kind of see there? That's going to be a track roll to kind of determine that.
Well, there's a chance, a non-zero chance. Yeah, I'm not spending
nope.
38.
I have no idea what the 40.
Yeah, so like the boots, they've kind of back and forth. So it's not a simple like set of lines.
Is there a way to tell from the track of the ship boat going into the water whether it was a rowboat or a mechanical like the one that Wyatt's working on?
Mm,
If they're rowing, we might be able to catch them.
yeah.
And it's hard to shoot while you're rowing, as we learned in space.
That's true. Give me. We'll just go with an intelligence roll on that.
Yes, hard.
It does look like it was a rowboat.
Oh, I think they're using a rowboat.
Maybe see like where the oars kind of were pressed into the sand or something.
They didn't have assistance getting through the jungle, and they didn't have help finding this place. And they chose a poor boat. We might, depending on how large a body of water this is. And can we see the pillar in the sea from the shore?
Well, we'll say no. It's still 50 miles across, so that's the pillar is probably about halfway. So yeah.
Marston, while I'm working on the engine, I think I'm going to get this thing to work. Why? I have an idea. Do you think you could look for some other scraps of wood and maybe set up a tripod, and maybe we could attach one of the cameras to the front of the boat and eliminate, maybe make it a little more stable and.
Yes. Yeah, and I'll flip the two beam device over and look at the bottom of the casing to see what I can secure, but there should be a fair amount of oddments of wood and the like to I'll give it a try.
Could also take some ores with us just in case.
Yes.
And
Always
then some
a good
material
idea.
in case if we do encounter them on the ocean and they decide to open fire, I don't want to sink. So things.
Plus, they said that the canyons had wars and destroyed their own culture. While they're doing that, I'm going to look at some of these other boats and see if there's any kind of weapons, harpoons or
Look for a shield to
cannons.
deflect some of the bullets if there's a piece of metal.
Give me a luck roll.
28.
It should be a pass. I doubt you spent that much luck. Okay, as you kind of go through, you do find like fishing spears and.
Well, I'll grab whatever I find and bring it to our boat. I mean, who knows? There could be sea monsters out there in the Black Ocean. Did you say it was kind of black and thick?
Oily black water.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is there any visibility when we stick a pole into it? Does it disappear after a half an inch?
Yeah.
Does it smell like water but unpleasant, or does it smell like oil or turpentine or?
I would say it. More of a. More of a.
Is it just
a
salty?
lye, kind of more of like a lye smell? Yeah.
I'm gonna. So I'm resourceful, and we have all these bits. So I assume I can mount something on the boat within a reasonable amount of time. I'd also like to take a little of the water and away from the body and give it a couple of chemical tests to see whether it would burn me if I fell into it, or it's remotely flammable or anything else of note.
Okay. Yeah. Give me your science roll.
I don't know why I'm rolling off the desk tonight. 17 is a hard.
Yeah, it is slightly acidic, so it would definitely not be something you'd want to soak in.
Right. Not good for swimming, really, but not deadly, just unpleasant.
Yeah, if you're in it for an hour, you probably be done for.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So more acidic than lemon juice.
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay.
And you don't really know what our buoyancy would be. If we were on, we might sink like stones.
True.
If it's oily, maybe, but we don't want to stay out of it, is the point.
Right.
Yep. All right. So you get the Wyatt's got the engine, got the motor running.
I'm trying like the present.
Yep. So you get in and it starts going, and as you head on out, you estimate you're doing about 5 to 6 miles an hour. Your pace with the engine. And as you're going along, you see large bubbles sometimes form in the sea, rise up and pop. And whoever has the lowest luck, give me a luck roll.
I have 97.
84 right now.
I haven't had a chance to spend any, so I'm still at 95.
So that would be me, I think.
Yep.
92.
92? Wow. All right. I love it.
Sorry.
All right. So you guys are going along, and one of the bubbles kind of comes up below you and pops. And who is driving the boat?
What skill would that be?
Pilot boat. I'm sure everyone took it.
I've got a massive 1 in that.
Same. Pilot boat is at 01.
Yeah, I think knowing that none of us could pilot, I assumed that it was going to be Wyatt at the back because he's mechanical.
All
And I
right.
put the device on the front, so I assumed that I was at the fore.
Well, you could roll a 1 there, Wyatt.
Oh. I rolled an 3 again. I swear to God.
2 points of luck.
I'll spend 2 points of luck.
All right, yeah. We're just like, oh yeah, this isn't that hard. All right, well that's good because it would have been a hard dex for everyone to not fall out. So you kind of
Whoa!
yeah, hang on.
Whoa, hey, blow the man down.
Yeah.
Good thing we all chewed that leaf.
I remember
We all
someone
need to go stand up on the front of the boat to make sure that there's nothing up ahead.
Here, you stand on the front of the boat, and I'll hold you.
Yeah.
Well, again, I'm by the device mounted to the front, but we should keep eyes out all around. We don't know that squid in the other sea caught us by surprise. We want to,
Okay.
And occasionally look behind to see how straight the wake is, because we're just trying to go straight until we can find the pillar, which is the only landmark we're going to have once the shore is gone.
Yep. As you're going along. So everyone give me a spot hidden because you're kind of out there looking for that pillar.
63 is a regular success.
25 is a hard.
26 is a hard as well.
02, my first good roll.
Yeah, you guys are like,
Nice.
there it is. And if you have the map that Wyatt sketched, kind of roll it out. You can give me a navigate with a bonus die to try and.
It would have been nice if I'd kept that 02 and I rolled at 05, so
Nice. Wow. Hot die. Yeah, you kind of you're like, okay, well, if we go this way, this will take us down into that little where it starts narrowing down, and we'll get to the land that we're expecting.
and we've seen no sign of flotsam,
Rowboat?
jetsam, or limbs of enemies.
You have
Just
not.
black water and the luminescent sky. Wyatt, remind me, if we do go back this way, I want a sample of that leaf to take to the surface.
I was thinking the same thing, but after we
Good
started
stuff.
walking.
Yeah,
Mhm.
something to keep in mind. Okay, so if you bend that to the left, we go right. So we're going over there.
Yeah, just point me in the direction you want to go, and I'll try and keep us on course.
All right. So you're going you're going to be on the boat for about 8 hours at the
Ooh.
speed you were going. So near the end, the the stimulant's starting to kind of wear off a bit. You need to eat. You maybe take shifts sleeping.
Hmm.
We sleep.
Yeah.
Do we cover any HP?
Because it's not a restful night's sleep, so if you make a con roll, you'll get your.
Oh, we forgot. Did we get anything from the shaman before we left?
No. No.
I'll spend 1 luck and it's a pass.
All right, yeah. So you get your 2 hit points back for the rest.
For me.
So as you come along, so wide up ahead, you start seeing land, and on the shore, you can see that there is a overturned boat on the land, but it doesn't look like it's crashed. It looks like how people flip a boat over when they get there to the surface. Mm-hmm. But there is no dock or anything to pull up to, so you're just gonna have to run this aground essentially.
I'll do my best to let us kind of coast in, like turn,
Yep. Okay. So as you guys are disembarking, the ground starts shuddering, and you got kind of brace yourself. And you can give me does anyone have geology?
No.
I think Damiel did.
Nope.
1%.
Yeah.
But I can guess that they just blow up the temple.
Okay.
He has archaeology. That's what
archaeology. Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys you can make your assumptions on what that is, but yeah.
I have demolitions, if that would help.
You can go ahead and roll it, but
It doesn't usually hurt to roll. Yeah, back above 60.
all right. So as you are standing there looking in the direction of the temple, you see a gout of black flame kind of shoot up to the sky, and then the earth kind of convulses again, and then in the on the horizon you can see four men kind of running around, and looks like they've spotted you, and they're kind of running towards you, and one of them is carrying a Thompson machine gun. And that is where we will stop for the evening.
Our players included Jason Melnichuk, Matthew Sanderson, David Gasaway, Morgan Llewellyn, and myself, with Keith Craig as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 to a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and push the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.